A pleasant good day once again to all of my YouTube fans across the world. Those who are returning to the channel, those who are new to the channel, welcome. And it's my pleasure to have you here as I bring to you another message through this channel. So I, Imo Rameses Bakari, your psychologist and life coach from the magical community of Point Fortin in Trinidad and Tobago, located in the Southern Caribbean. It is my desire to inspire you to rise higher. It is my desire to inspire you to rise even higher. It is my desire to inspire you to face any challenge you are confronted with to achieve victory. It is my desire to continue bringing to you inspiring YouTube messages. And the motivational word today is in the context of cricket. I've been a long-standing fan of cricket, and from point to point, the channel is not a sport channel, but from point to point, I do a presentation on West Indies cricket. And the motivational word, which is more to the players who may come across the channel: defend the legacy of West Indies cricket. Play the game with pride, passion, commitment, and skill. Defend the legacy of West Indies cricket. Study it, know it. And if you study it and you know it, you must play the game with pride, commitment, passion, and skill. Think about the message. And many of the performances over the last many years certainly is a big dent to that legacy. And if you are true representative of West Indies cricket, you've got to lift the game, you've got to lift the standard of what you do, defend that legacy. So ponder the word those cricketers who it apply to and make it become a reality once again. So as usual, those who are viewing and listening to what I have to say, we encourage you to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We also encourage you to support our work through the account information flashing on the screen, through our Webber and Patterson links, through our ongoing courses. Our 10-week course entitled The Fundamentals of Psychology, costing $1,300. 4-week course entitled The Fundamentals of Public Speaking, costing $1,200 for students, and $1,800 for the general public. The 4-week course entitled Mastering Emotional Intelligence, $1,800 for students, $2,500 for the general public. You can also book a counseling or coaching appointment. As I said a while ago, our links are available, Patreon and YP links, and the account information on the screen. Your support is vital so that we can continue improving what we do and bringing you these types of videos. So we look forward to your support, we look forward to your participation in our courses. Just give us a call at 1-868-778-5141, 1-868-779-2544, or email us at leadershipwithadifference@gmail.com. So, the topic today: what's next for West Indies cricket? Many commentators and fans alike have said there is never a dull day in West Indies cricket. From comments of past players, from the fortunes and misfortunes of the team, whether it's T20, ODI, or the test team, West Indies cricket, going back to 1928 when we started playing test cricket, has brought great pride and joy and has been one of the most successful West Indian institutions, notwithstanding our recent predicament in terms of poor performances and player issues, management issues, etc. But nonetheless, it's an area that even though we are way down the ladder in terms of the ODI and the test rankings, 9th, 10th, T20 we was third recently, I think we are about fourth now. People still look forward to a boost from the 14 over teams, and they feel the pain, the extreme pain, when they perform badly. So, what next for West Indies cricket? Recently, we heard a big announcement from Cricket West Indies that Darren Sammy, the current T20 and ODI coach, will be the coach for all formats. All right. So, will the cricketing world experience sleepless nights over that? Certainly not. Right? They will not experience any sleepless night over the fact that Darren Sammy, who was successful as our T20 captain in 2012 and 2016, and bringing 2 titles to the region, and he has been given the opportunity to coach. Many have the point of view that the jury is out on him. But what we can say about him is that we can agree, I'm sure, that he's a good motivator. He has proven it as a captain, to some extent as a coach. He's a good communicator, all right? He has been able to get a number of cricketers who apparently lost to West Indies cricket to come back into the fold and to perform at a decent level. So we need to give credit where credit is due, his motivational ability, his communication ability. Coaching wise, not because he lacks certificates, I do not think that he is an astute coach, but he's passionate what he does and he gives it the best shot that he is capable of giving it. And as one YouTuber always says, Dr. Brown on his channel, that whoever is in the position, we must support him. So in that context, I agree, yes, we must support him. But we must also remember, whilst we support him, the key determinant of the way forward with him, it must be based on results, it must be based on improved performances, all right? So, right, he's in a position, I have my reservation in terms of his tactical ability as a coach, astuteness, etc. But at the end of the day, if you are coaching a team, the team has to show a high level of proficiency, given that it's a professional unit in terms of fielding. In all formats of the game, T20, ODI, and the Test team, they are dropping catches like if they grease their hands before going out the field. That certainly is not acceptable. We are seeing players failing to slide at the boundary, to dive forward, to take catches. There are perennial issues in terms of the fitness level of players. Now, no matter what objectives are set for a team, not being in the highest level of fitness, it will compromise your performance. At the end of the day, the responsibility will always fall on the back of a coach. So the ultimate test for him is to be successful in terms of winning major titles, T20, the championship trophy in terms of ODI, and going up the rankings in the test rankings among test teams. So at the moment, the jury is out on him. But what is the way forward? We have a lot of resources in the Caribbean in terms of cricket knowledge and experience through the many great players. And it has always been an issue as to the extent to which these guys are being used. Some are being used sporadically over time. But that's a resource that must be tapped into. I know at one time there was a cricket committee. I don't know if it still exists, but Darren Sammy cannot function in a vacuum on its own. There should be a cricket committee with minds such as some of the great players where he can easily tap into for guidance and suggestions, etc. Because it's a resource that shouldn't be wasted. When we look at other nations across the world, if we cite Australia as an example, all of their former great players have been used, whether as selectors, as coaches, as you name it, they have made full use of them in terms of continuing there and defending their own legacy. So certainly we can do that, right? I am also suggesting that given the recent sponsorship deal with the gaming company of 100 million US to that effect, CWI must put more developmental programs in place. The recent stint of the 6 youngsters they sent to India was a step in the right direction. I have always wondered how possible it is for some of our players to play in the Sheffield League in Australia. I don't know if it's possible. Or get some of their players playing in our own leagues, right? So is it possible that some county teams can play in our regional competition? Is it possible that some of our players can play? Right? I know it's not so easy to get contracts or get into teams, but we have to explore every possible opportunity that could facilitate the development and the honing of the skills of these cricketers. Right? I am also saying, given the recent contract that they signed with the same gaming industry I mentioned a while ago there, we must of urgency bring in a spin bowling consultant to work, because it is clear West Indies players, West Indies batsmen in any format of the game basically fundamentally are at sea, barring a few players, right? Barring probably a Nicholas Puran, Shai Hope, right? Rustin Chase. A few of them are relatively a level of proficiency. At times they will show some proficiency against spin bowling. So we need that, right? At one time, about in the recent past, Calvin was contracted. It would mean bringing him in again, or whoever else, to help our players, master playing spin bowling. At the end of the day, our players have to master to play all types of bowling. So hostile fast bowling, spin bowling. We need to get the people who can help in that regard. We have a legacy of a lot of fast bowlers in the region. Again, tap into them to help, equip our players with that skill set, right? Tap into whatever resource, whether it's Kalupa or otherwise, in terms of the spin bowling department. Another proposal I have made in the past, writing newspaper articles I'm making now on the channel, is that since the fans of the Caribbean are important stakeholders of cricket, and with no fans, playing the empty stand certainly is not the ideal. And given the passion of Caribbean fans, we had a recent example there in St. Vincent. Poor performances, and they had sellout crowds on all 3 nights. I am proposing that in all of the territories that make up the West Indian cricket apparatus, the constitution must be redesigned to allow a fan from each territory to be a member of the board. Give the fans some power, all right? They know about cricket just as you who are being elected profess to know about cricket. Give them an opportunity to determine the fortunes of our cricket. So, a lot can be done, a lot must be done in the short term and the long term, right? We have to go back and strengthen cricket and sport as a whole at primary school level throughout the region, and build that link from primary school, secondary school, community, etc., community leagues, etc., as part of the overall apparatus that feeds into T20 teams, ODI teams, test teams, in terms of putting a proper structure in place. Funding is a key. We have gotten a bit of money. We do get our various allocations from the ICC, etc. Not as much because our brand and our performance doesn't really equate to being a high earner. We are at the lower end, but at the same time, let us really galvanize and put things in place and show the willingness, because we have had a situation where we have had many changes on boards and the fortunes have not changed, the culture has not changed. Can Dr. Shallow make the difference? Is Dr. Shallow? I cannot say that. But what can determine if that is not the case is the results that it produces. So, West Indies cricket means a lot to the people of the Caribbean. The people on the board, the people who play, they must appreciate that legacy and they must do better. Because if we don't do better, we will continue to suffer disrespect that our legacy does not support. So, to those who have ears to hear, listen to what I've had to say, consider it, think about it, and I will look forward to see what are some of the other moves, and if my voice and the other voices who speak about cricket really would influence any shift. I look forward to some shifts, because certainly we desire a shift in the fortunes of our cricket. So, this is my presentation for today. In the context of West Indies cricket, think about it And remember, our channel is here to stay. We encourage you to support our work by contributing via our YP and Patreon links, by contributing through the account information flashing on the screen, by buying any of the advertised books, and by partaking in our ongoing courses. Just give us a call at 1-868-778-5141, 1-868-779-2544, or email us at leadershipwithadifference@gmail.com. Bye, and see you next week for another powerful presentation. Take care.